folks in the audience that are in the kind of the whole customer experience, fan experience game. So how do you balance this element of trying to create something or make it organic, because you introduced the spike, but there's so many things. Like I don't think a lot of people realize, whether it's the chants, the nickname, so much of Atlanta United was truly fan driven. Yeah. So how do you balance that as a team?
So, I mean, it's a big difference between soccer and the other sports is that, in soccer, you're not told when to sing. In some of the other sports, they'll tell you, right, you've got to say defense now or offense. There's none of that in soccer. And we were really careful. So we've been fortunate. We've got an amazing supporters group, the biggest supporters section in Major League Soccer. We've got 4 official supporters groups. It's really cool, whether it's Terminus Legion, Faction, Footy Mob, Resurgence. They all have their different personalities. But they all come together to cheer on Atlanta United on a match day. And it's our supporters group that do the big tifos, the big signs that they'll spend weeks on end painting. Right. It's our supporters group that are the engine room behind the chanting and the singing. And what we did was we just helped to facilitate what they do. So they own it, they run it, but we're there to help provide guidance and give them support. So whether it was in the early stages, taking them with us to some of the best practices. So we took a group to Portland 2.5 years out before we played a game, just so they could see how it was, the atmosphere at a Portland Timbers game, which is, fantastic atmosphere, just to help them get exposure to the sort of atmosphere that other stadiums were providing, to give them insight. So, our job is really to talk with them, to have dialogue. And Skate, who's our head of marketing, and her team does a fantastic job. We meet with our supporters group once a month, and it's very much just an open dialogue on, how can we help you guys in doing what you do. And then some things we're very prescriptive. So for those of you who've been to Mercedes-Benz Stadium, we have field level suites that are right on the end zone, their end zone for American football. Right. Now they had been sold for both games, but we needed an area for our, what they call a capo stand. So that's where our supporters group leaders get the crowd going with the chants. And it's also where we do our ceremony for the Golden Spike. So that's important to us because the fans vote the Golden Spike winner, and then that winner comes and collects it from the fans. So there's that interaction between the players and the fans. So we had to buy out the 2 people that had those suites so we could build it. That obviously had a cost to it, but it was more important. And again, credit to Steve Cannon, Arthur Blank. They understand it. They understand that it's about fan experience. And for us, it was more important that we had that capo stand to help create the energy and noise than it was to be able to get the revenue from selling those suites. So, with Atlanta United, we know that the fans are our lifeblood. And so, there is no doubt that that's what our focus is. And I think our fans understand that too. And so we just are trying to help those guys create the energy, create the noise.